The file you are about to hear has been thoroughly scrutinized by the Ethics Committee and approved by the O5 Council for release to trusted associates of the Foundation. This is SCP Unredacted. Item number SCP-5602. Object Class Euclid. Keter. Special Containment Procedures. A permanent installation designated Area 881 is to be established around the anomaly. MTF Lambda 44 cross guards are to be on indefinite assignment at Area 881. A 1 by 1 kilometer perimeter is to be established around the area and marked as a hazardous landfill to dissuade civilian intrusion. Foundation field agents have been embedded in state and federal environmental safety agencies to provide false inspection reports and maintain secrecy. Foundation elements in the Portland City Council are to actively oppose and prevent development and/or expansion in the vicinity of the area. Individuals exposed to an SCP-5602-P event are to be transported a safe distance from human settlements before being allowed to succumb to the accompanying cognitohazard. Description: SCP-5602 is a recurring anomaly located on the now decommissioned Foster Road in southeastern Portland, Oregon. On a daily basis, most frequently between the hours of 10 a.m. and 3 p.m., a white Gallus domesticus will manifest on the eastern side of the road. The entity, hereby designated SCP-5602-1, will attempt to reach the western side of the road at a walking speed of approximately 2 miles per hour. Following 68% of recorded completed events, an anomalous event is triggered. Any form of this event is designated SCP-5602-P. Following the conclusion of -P events, an auditory effect identified as a comic rim shot will manifest, ranging from 140 to 200 decibels. Subjects exposed to any -P event are coerced into reciting a joke with logic consistent with the preceding event, the punchline, as soon as presented with the opportunity in the form of human conversation. Recitation triggers an additional auditory event, often with destructive effect. SCP-5602-1 demonstrates an ability to develop a resistance to methods of termination used repeatedly against it. Currently, -1 has developed a high resistance to small arms fire, incendiary weapons, sustained machine gun fire, and anti-tank ordnance placed in its path.
Level 1 credentials required. Report 5602-1E. Credentials accepted.
Interviewed. Subject P006. Interviewer Researcher Dawson, Site-64 Study Attaché. Forward. Subject P006 is a 67-year-old male living in the southeastern Portland area. The subject encountered the anomaly while driving on Foster Road, nearly resulting in an accident. The subject witnessed -1 walk to the other side of the road before he continued home. Upon reaching his home, a P event occurred, resulting in the injury of the subject. Orbital cant counters registered a sharp dip in Hume levels, and Site-64 security personnel were quickly dispatched and retrieved the subject. Begin log.
All right, let's begin. Can you describe your interaction with the entity?
The chicken? Well, I saw it marching across the road and I slammed on the brakes.
Please describe your subsequent interaction with the entity.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't think much of it, so I got home, went about my business. About a half hour later, I heard 2 knocks on the door, loud as hell, and I thought it was the police, but nobody said anything, so I was worried, and I went to open it, and wouldn't you know it was the same damn chicken standing at my doorstep. At this point, I heard this fucking ear-splitting rim shot. Is that the term? Like, tss, the sound on the drums. 1, 2, cymbal crash. Anyway, it was like a bomb went off. I fell backwards, and when I looked up, the damn thing was gone. You know, it actually played out exactly like the stupid joke I heard once.
A joke?
Why'd the chicken cross the road?
I don't know.
To get to your house. Knock, knock.
Look, this
Just
doesn't...
humor me.
Who's there?
The chicken!
Closing statement. At this point in the subject's sentence, a comic rim shot, exactly like the one described by him, was heard in the interview room. All microphones, save for one in the observation room, immediately ceased functioning. Both researcher Dawson and the subject were admitted to the site infirmary for acute hearing damage. The subject was later administered Class B amnestics and released.
Level 2 credentials required. Incident log. PL002. Credentials accepted.
Incident P008. Event. Several poultry farmers across the state of Oregon reported sudden destruction of cage locks and release of caged chickens. Deafening comic rim shots were reported by all affected individuals. Recited punchline. Because it was free range. Analysis. The anomaly has the ability to affect multiple individuals across considerable distances, and those affected do not necessarily have to witness -1 crossing to be affected. The anomaly is reclassified as Keter. Incident P011. Event. 5 instances of -1 manifested at a KFC in central Portland and began attacking patrons, inflicting severe lacerations on those attacked. Prepared fried chicken in the kitchen reanimated and regained partial locomotion, burning employees with frying oil. Recited punchline. Because his brother was at KFC. Analysis. Instances of -1 are to be considered openly hostile. Containment efforts are to be expedited. Refer to the incoming notice for further instructions. Transcription of memo. Director, Site 64. Good morning, team. Following the events of Incident P011, the containment area around Provisional SCP Designation 5602 will receive immediate construction priority. The remaining third of MTF Mu-78, cryptids, will be merged with current staff assigned to PSCPD-5602 and are hereby redesignated MTF Lambda 44 Crossguards. For any Mu-78 members still possessing extra limbs, please report to your medical liaison and determine your ability to serve in Lambda 44. Lambda 44, your orders are simple. Kill that godforsaken bird.
Level 3 credentials required. Emergency channel transmission transcript. 001. Credentials accepted.
Transcript of emergency channel transmission from MTF Lambda 44. Begin transcript.
Command, please acknowledge. You are heard, Lambda 44. Please proceed. The cluster bombs are losing effectiveness. -1's getting past the second barrier. Shit. We need revised ordnance. A railgun might do the... Is that an egg? Get the generator up so the comms. Lambda 44, do you read? Site forces have been dispatched to your location, Lambda 44. Await extraction. You want to hear a joke? How do you know my name? Why'd the chicken cross the road? Lambda 44, you may be experiencing a cognitohazard resulting from the anomaly. Please await extraction by en route enforcements. To get to the other side.
End transcript. Closing statement. Area 88 sustained heavy damage following the above events, including the breaching of all 3 containment barriers. A comic rim shot was heard throughout Site 64, capped at 194 decibels. All Foundation personnel in the East Communications Center were immediately killed by air embolisms within the lungs or outright rupture. Heavier ordnance has been approved for use by Lambda 44. Thank you for listening to this podcast. If you like what you hear, follow the link in the description to patreon.com/scpunredacted and help support me by becoming a patron for as little as $3 a month. You can get access to production logs, merchandise, recognition, and even a part in a skip. Regardless of tier, all patrons get early access to every single episode. I don't have the talent it takes to write a skip. All I do is read. Original authors make this podcast possible, so credit to the original author. Their link's in the description. Show them some love as well. Consider becoming a member of the SCP Wiki. Upvote their work and maybe write a skip of your own. Maybe I'll read it here someday. You never know if you never try. The content of this podcast and content relating to the SCP Foundation, including the SCP Foundation logo, is licensed under Creative Commons Sharealike 3.0, and all concepts originate from scpwiki.com and its authors. This recording, being derived from this content, is hereby also released under Creative Commons Sharealike 3.0.